Hello everyone, Bashrub here, and in this video I'm gonna show you how to deal with the new poison wolves added in the new Zone of Contamination region. First, let's take a look at the differences in behavior compared to regular wolves. I strongly recommend checking out the previous wolf videos, as the poison wolves still share a lot of similarities to regular wolves. And in this video, I'll only focus on what is different. The most striking difference is that no meat can be harvested from poison wolf carcasses. Note that pre-spawned wolf carcasses found in the new zone can still contain some meat. Poison wolves will give you poisoning risk when they manage to bite you during a struggle, and are in general much more persistent. Even when you manage to scare them away, they won't flee for nearly as long and nearly as far away as regular wolves. When scaring these wolves with stones, they barely walk a couple steps before they decide to follow you again. They also act differently when you stand in an area they can't reach, such as cliffs. They tend to not run away like regular wolves do, but instead just start ignoring you and keep hanging around. Now, let's compare the effectiveness of light sources and weapons against poison wolves compared to regular wolves. When it comes to deterring wolves from attacking by holding a light source, pretty much nothing works the same way. Lit torches are no longer guaranteed to prevent wolves from charging. Poison wolves have a slightly different charging pattern. They will charge until they're close, then stop for a little bit, and then decide to either flee or continue charging. Not even the usual torch and stone trick seems to work reliably. But there is a way to make it work 100% of the time. You only need to make sure you stand slightly behind the torch. If you're weak, you may need to aim a weapon to guarantee the wolf fleeing, but if you're not weak, aiming is not even necessary. As long as you stand back, the wolf will flee every time. Flares are also less effective. Red flares seem to work fine as long as they are on the ground, but only offer temporary protection when held. And they do not work against Aurora poison wolves at all. Marine flares will work reliably against both regular and Aurora poison wolves as long as they are held. When dropped, they only worked against regular poison wolves, and even then only if you're not weak. If you are weak, dropped marine flares won't work at all. Lit fires, on the other hand, are much better than they are against regular wolves, mainly for one reason. Poison wolves are too scared to go after you if you stay close to the fire. Surprisingly, this even works against Aurora poison wolves. As long as you are close to a lit campfire, the wolves will either start ignoring you, stand still and growl, or if they were too close to the campfire already, they will just flee. Flashlights mostly work the same way, except Aurora poison wolves will be more aggressive if you're weak. The flashlight will still stop them from charging, but it won't make them stop for long, and they start charging pretty much instantly after you stop flashing the light at them. In short, most of the light sources are a bit less effective than they are against regular wolves, with the exception of fires, which are much more effective. When it comes to throwing items at poison wolves, the situation is a lot more similar to regular wolves. Throwing flares and stones is exactly the same, except it's slightly more likely to work, and noisemakers are still guaranteed to make poison wolves flee, no surprise there. Throwing a torch is guaranteed to work against poison wolves, however you must throw it early enough. As I explained before, poison wolves attack in a charge-stop-charge pattern, and as long as you throw the torch before the wolf stops, the torch will always scare it away. But if you throw it too late, it won't work. That's the only real difference compared to regular wolves. Shooting weapons also isn't drastically different, it's pretty much exactly the same except one thing. Shooting simple arrows is guaranteed to scare poisonous wolves, including their aurora versions, as long as it's done while the wolf is still far away. It doesn't matter if it's charging or not, as long as the arrow lands close to the wolf or hits it, it is guaranteed to flee. As a rule, if the charging wolf is close enough to bark, it's probably not going to work anymore. Know that this is much harder to pull off if you're weak, as the charging wolf barks from farther away. All the other methods, such as using objects to block charging wolves from entering a struggle, or standing on a snow shelter, work the same way they do against regular wolves. Lastly, there is a relatively simple way to get rid of poison wolves, unique to the new zone, and that is to take a walk through the poisonous fumes. Poison wolves will never follow you into the fumes, and they're not that dangerous for you if you don't hang around for too long. Knowing all that, you can head to the zone of contamination with a lot more confidence. There's plenty of reliable ways to deal with the new wolves, they're just slightly different. Still, probably the best way to deal with the new wolves is to just kill them. Killing poison wolves is a lot easier as their HP is lower. If you hit the head or neck, you are guaranteed a kill no matter what weapon you use. Bows and rifles are guaranteed to kill poison wolf in one shot, even on torso hits. Aurora poison wolves are not much tougher, rifles work exactly the same way. With bows, you need to be level 5 archery to guarantee a kill with a torso hit, but head and neck shots are still guaranteed from level 1. However, the revolver won't guarantee a kill against Aurora poison wolves anymore. That's pretty much all you need to know about the new wolves. Let me know if you know any other way to deal with them, they are still a new addition after all. Thank you for watching.